I'm a pattern recognition expert. And I noticed with all these suicide notes that there's only 3 themes why people kill themselves. Work, health, relationship problems. I call these the 3 battlefronts of life. Your work battlefront, your health battlefront, your relationship battlefront. Everything can be squished into these 3 battlefronts, from your in-laws to your hay fever. Work, health, relationship. Mention any single stressor, you can squish it into work, health, relationship. And we're all balancing, no matter who you are, no matter how rich or how poor, from whatever background or tribe or wherever, work, health, relationships. All of us. And now I need to mention something that's very important, is finitude. So if you make 80 years old, that's 4,000 weeks. If you make 90 years old, that's 4,700 weeks. If you make 100 years old, that's 5,100 weeks. I'm sorry to tell you this, but all of us in this room are over the 4,000 or over the 2,000 week mark. Now, the beginning part of your life, you're pushing like where you want to go, like with your life. Then you'll arrive, and then it's how do you spend the rest of your time. It's about finitude. That's why I always preach finitude. I mean, I've seen people die living their best lives. I've seen people going to shop for chinos for 999 Rand, getting taken out in a pedestrian vehicle accident. I've seen a lover buy flowers for his lady, get killed in a pedestrian vehicle accident. So we have this luck bucket and we have this experience bucket, and you want to try and fill your experience bucket before your luck bucket runs out. Okay, you want to try to keep them balanced. Balancing work, health, and relationships. So good luck to us all right? But we're here for a finite amount of time. That's why I say if you're going to do something, be on point. Don't faff. If you're going to do research, go for breakthrough research. Like there's no time to faff, eh? Don't waste time, like I call second chances. Spend your earthly time solving earthly problems right now. Spend your time and your money solving earthly problems right now. That's why I even subtly take down Elon Musk in my book. I say, why is he going to Mars when we could spend our time and money like building cities in the ocean, for example? You know, so spend your time and money solving earthly problems right now. So my second book, Risking Life for Death, is a masterclass in low cards exchange principle, which is the law of interchange. Every contact leaves a trace. You go to a death scene, you leave something there, and you take something with you. And this is profound. I literally eat, breathe, sleep, dream, low cards exchange principle. This is how we catch murderers, all right? And it's not only about physical evidence and trace evidence. It's about ideas also. Like, believe it or not, I'm like leaving ideas on your mind here. No one comes up with their own philosophy. No one comes up with their own ideology. They get proselytized. Some people are not that clever to come up with these theories themselves. They have heard it, they've been proselytized, and then that becomes their own theory. And even what I'm telling you here today is when someone phones you, it's low cards exchange principle. You have to infect them with your philosophy when they phone, etc. It's low cards exchange principle. So in my book is a masterclass on low cards exchange principle. I show that it works in the African bushveld. You can tell what animals are there without seeing those animals, just from the spoor and the dung. And by the way, I know my dung, I know my shit. In fact, not only do I have a PhD, I have a PhD. A bit of humor. But anyway, so low cards exchange principle, that's in the bushveld. On the ocean, I can tell what species are in the ocean, not from sticking a toe in the ocean, just from what's on the beach. People's accents, they don't just get their accent, they come in contact with people around them and they get their accent. These kids of today are being proselytized through Facebook, Instagram, etc. And you can raise them as well as you like. It's the environment and what they're watching outside of your household that will affect them most. All right, you have no control, actually. So they are being proselytized and infected out there by low cards exchange principle. Genocides. So I studied genocides. There's a lot of genocides out there. There's the Jewish one. There's the Himba one. There's the Bolivian one. There's the Rwandan one. There's a recipe for genocide. Literally, there's a 10-point plan to start a genocide. And all of it can be trace and track based to origin based on low cards exchange principle. So now that you know how pervasive low cards exchange principle is, you can become mindful of what you are coming into contact with in your lives. And you are the end result of all your contacts. Your contacts have made you who you are. It could also have constrained who you could have become. You must be mindful of your present contacts and your future contacts. And because contact theory is so powerful, you can become a happier or sadder person based on your contacts. It provides you with a philosophy for growing older. All right? It will provide you with a philosophy for growing older. And ultimately, it will provide me with less work. Because that's what I'm out for. I want to work less. We are so busy at the moment, like literally 10 deep in autopsies. Yeah, so burning out, eh? So here, let us just take low cards exchange principle, contact theory, and apply it to work, health, relationships. I'm just going to give you a couple of tidbits here. I'm going to start with health. You don't just get sick or die. It doesn't happen. We're mammals. You only get sick or die if you come into contact with something, of which there are 8 things. It's either an infection, a tumor, it's either you're reacting to something, it's psychological, it's trauma, what else is it? It's iatrogenic, caused by a doctor, all right? It could be immunological, it could be congenital. So even, and this applies from your hay fever to seals washing up dead on the beach to crocodiles washing down the Luvubu River. We find out how they died based on low cards exchange principle. So if we got a sudden unexpected death, we have to investigate what they came in contact with and what killed them. And there's many examples in the books. I mean, I've been to death scenes where people have died in a house, and then after thorough investigation, we worked out that it was like a drug called GHB, gamma hydroxybutyrate, which is new in South Africa, and this is what they all came into contact with. It's called chemsex. It's a new drug, so you'll read about this in the book. So that's health battlefront. Be careful what you eat, what you smoke, what your addictions are, what you're watching, what news you're watching, liberal or conservative, how much news you're watching. There's not that much news. There's only 30 minutes news a day, 15 minutes local, 15 minutes international. The rest is rubbish. It's got no bearing on your life whatsoever. It's just sensationalistic. 15 minutes local, 15 minutes international, switch off your TV. The rest is just drama, drama, drama. Okay? So be mindful of what you're coming into contact with for your health. And health is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Let's talk work, and then I'll end off with relationships. Okay? Let's talk work. So hard work never killed anyone. I'm a believer in hard work. The story burnout, I think, is a new age term because our grandparents, they never had burnout. They brought more of themselves to the table. You never heard your grandparents saying they burnt out. This is a modern term that we've been proselytized with. Extreme work is rest, actually. There's no time for trouble or drama if you're really that busy. Everything works. You're happy, I promise you. So I'm not going to discuss work. What I'm going to discuss is boredom, leisure time. All my forensic cases have their origin in boredom and leisure time. Literally, people get trapped in the vault of their own mind. And if you're trapped in the vault of your own mind, it's an echo chamber. And let me tell you, nature does not care about your private logic. So what I say is instead of building walls around yourself to protect yourself, build bridges to other people. Because if you're building bridges to other people, you'll let in all the good stuff like light, friendship, love, food, water, happiness. So you need a management plan for loneliness. And I discuss this in my book based on low cards exchange principle. And you've got to watch out for the hidden people in society. So there are wallflowers out there. There's introverts out there. There are quiet people that you've got to literally think of these people and reach out to these people. Have coffee with these people. Have tea with these people. Get them out of the vault of their own mind. It's dangerous up here. It's dangerous up here. We need to be more social. And can I tell you what's happened with the world from my autistic pattern recognition point of view? We tried to make the world very easier. So, for example, they invented washing machines so we'd have cleaner clothes. This was to save time. Now, what do we want? Cleaner clothes more often. We're actually doing too much washing now. They invented emails to save us time from writing letters. What has emails done? We've got an infinite inbox. And for every email you get, you've got to respond, which takes infinite more time. So, and then people are sitting now longer and longer behind their emails, and they're getting new pathologies that we're seeing, for example, e-thrombosis. Long-haul truck drivers get it. Economy class syndrome get it. And now the data industry is getting these clots from sitting behind their screens. So I literally, and also it's easier for you to order an online thing to come and deliver your groceries or your food. Trouble. You have to meet your grocer. You have to have small talk with your grocer. That is old-fashioned good stuff. That can be the highlight of your day, talking to the greengrocer. So I'm pushing here for more community stuff. Can you see what I'm saying, what I'm doing over here? Contact theory. You need to go out and engage people. And let me tell you, when they engage, they've got less time for travel. Less work for me. Serious, like I'm literally trying to proselytize myself, the world, to just get out of the vaults of their own head, build bridges to other people.